You got my attention.
Crap, we got two.
me.
Lion, what's up? I am survival, pretty much, almost all survival. Currently, when you go melee hunter, you pretty much have to rush savage strikes for the increased critical strike chance of your rapid strike and mongoose bite. So you're going to basically, rush down to get that as fast as possible. So for me, I like to go deflection because I like to tank up mobs myself and switch threat between me and my pet. So I actually like deflection, so I go 5/5 out of deflection. Then I grab Mongoose Bite. Then I need some points to get into the next tier because I want to rush Clever Traps because I want to increase the damage of my traps because my traps are a big portion of my damage as a melee hunter. So I usually just put 2 points into Humanoid Slaying, 1 into Monster Slaying. That'll get me the requisite 10 points to get to the next tier. Then I grab Deterrence, obviously for, just some defense. And then I grab Clever Traps 2 out of 2. Increase my trap damage by 30%. And as you can see, my trap damage accounts for 21% of my overall damage right now. So that's pretty much what you're going to see with your traps if you're using them effectively. It's going to account for quite a bit of your damage. And then after that, I go Beast Mastery. So pretty much most of my next talent points are all going to go down to the Beast Mastery tree and to Thick Hide. I also grab 5 out of 5 on Aspect of the Monkey because I want a high dodge rate so that when I do take mobs up, I can proc a lot of Mongoose Bites. So yeah, we'll do 3 out of 3 Thick Hide. We'll do Endurance Training 5 out of 5, 5 out of 5 improve Aspect of the Monkey. Then we're going to go down into 1 point Bestial Swiftness, Unleashed Fury, Ferocity, Intimidation, Frenzy, and of course Bestial Wrath. And then with my extra talent points, I usually jump down and just try to get down and maybe get a couple points into Surefootedness. We're not going to really get too many more points left over to get into the survival tree, but if we can go down and pick up some Surefooted. I mean, this is more of a leveling build. At 60, you might change it slightly if you want to go into more hit rating, because obviously hit rating is super huge at end game. So your end builds, your 60 build is going to be a little different. And of course, gearing, like what gear you run with, varies depending on. It varies a lot. I mean, in general, you're going to do more damage with a two-hand weapon, but like if you're like when I ran Dead Mines, I definitely would do more damage with 2 one-hand weapons just simply because I can switch targets faster and get more attacks in. Switching targets quick in Dead Mines with a 2-hand weapon, it's going to be difficult because you're just slow attack speed. You're going to lose out. Ended up with multiple mobs here, so we're going to have to run. We are going to have to run. Yeah, no problem, man. Yeah, we're not gonna have any Flurry X, Sam, on this character. I mean, it's self-found, so unless a Flurry X drops off a mob, we won't be getting our Flurry X, Did pretty much the same level to 52 on melee, only hardcore starting size. Yeah. Well, the one thing I've realized is that playing self-found I think is the only way to play WoW. Because hold on a second. Yeah, that music's kind of loud, but for me, like self-found is the only way to play World of Warcraft because you don't worry about the auction house. You're not worried about trying to make money. You're not worried about trying to keep pace with other people who have amazing gear. The people that are buying gold or not buying gold. You don't worry about people who are like, they're like maybe they're level 10, but they've got like 3 level 60s. Like when you're doing self-found, all of that just goes away. You don't care about any of that. All you care about is just focusing on your character, trying to level, trying to get a build that works for you, and I think it just makes the game better. So I really think that self-found is pretty much the only way to play this game. Because I got sucked into the regular non-self-found hardcore, and I found myself always trying to min-max and get like the best possible gear and spending tons and tons of gold on the best items, and in the end, I didn't really care for that playstyle that much. And then you died? Oh, dude, that sucks that you died, man. Sucks that you died. Yeah, but you got the, man, Edgemaster's handguards. That's awesome, though. I mean, the Edgemaster's handguards would probably be... I mean, for melee hunters, those have to be one of the best in slot items. I mean, I definitely can think of better items. Like, I mean, but they're going to be really, really good because the hit rating, obviously, for melee is going to be huge. And, you know, skill is basically the same as hit rating. You know, higher your skill with the weapon, your hit rating is going to go up. And so is your crit rating. Your girlfriend need to be quiet. Yeah, I died. The only time I've really died recently, where I mean, I died on the this melee hunter. I created one. And I got to like level 20. I think what was it? No, I was only like level 16, I think, and I died. And I just was. It was just stupid. Like it was really weird. I was really surprised when I died because I just like some weird events happened. It was like bad luck and stuff, but. I was just mad because I wasn't mad because my character died. I was mad because of all the time spent on professions, you know. I was only level 16 and I was already over 100 fishing and cooking and it's just like I was just like, oh god, I hate having to. And plus melee hunter sucks. If you die on a melee hunter, like having to level that 1 through 10 again on melee hunter is kind of painful, but I'm really used to it now because I've done it so many times, so it's not as bad. But yeah. Oh, yeah. Your two hand, in theory, two hands should do the most damage, right? It really should. Hold on a second. Let me focus on not dying here.
Lovely. Lovely.
You also have to keep in mind in self-found, it's all a lot of it's going to be dependent upon what what weapons you have, what gear you have. If you don't really have a good two-hand weapon and you've got like a really good one-hand main hand weapon, then that one-hand main weapon is easily going to trump a two-handed weapon. Like if I had like a blue main hand sword or something that was like 2.6 attack speed, and then I had just like a green two-hand weapon, I'm going to do more damage with that blue sword. But in general, two-hand is going to do more damage, but it's really depends on the situation. Like I found that on my other melee hunter that's still alive, who's my level 60 melee hunter, who's like Shady Moon, who's kind of like she's actually spec'd range right now, but I leveled her mostly melee. I found that doing dual wielding flurry axes, which is kind of goes against what people would say is the best for a melee hunter because you want a slow main hand weapon. It's like being a rogue. You want your raptor strike to crit big, so you want a slow slow weapon in your main hand. But I was using flurry axes, which are 1.5 attack speed. But the thing is, flurry axes have a chance to proc an additional attack, and I was putting frost oil on both of the flurry axes. And I just in play testing, I found that the dual flurry axes did more damage than like a really solid two-hand blue sword, blue weapon. And then, like I said, in Dead Mines, I guarantee you that if I would have ran Dead Mines, I ran Dead Mines yesterday on my melee hunter. If I would have ran it with the two-hand weapon that I had, which is this one, which is not a bad two-hand weapon. It's like 13 damage per second for me. When I ran Dead Mines, I was like level 20. But I guarantee if I would have ran the whole instance run with that two-hand weapon versus the one-hand weapons I had at the time, I don't think I would have done as much damage. And again, the reason for that is you're trying to keep your uptime on your targets. You know what I mean? You're trying to switch targets and be hitting those targets. And the thing is, if you have a slow two-hand weapon, the mobs are dying pretty quick in Dead Mines. So if I'm killing one of those miners, which is a non-elite mob, and I go to hit my two-hand weapon, and it takes 3 seconds to swing, and the mob may die before I even swing. And then when I switch to the next target, my swing timer is reset, so I've got to wait again another 3.3 seconds. So there's a huge amount of time there where I'm doing no damage. I'm doing maybe some white damage with auto attacks, but if I'm using two one-hand weapons, I'm going to get in a lot more swings. So switching targets, because targets are dying so quickly in a group context, I'm pretty sure that the two one-hand weapons were going to outpace the two-hand weapon in Dead Mines. And I actually finished almost number one in DPS. I was literally 0.75% points away from being, the number one DPS in that Dead Mines run as a melee hunter. Yeah, there's plenty of videos on my channel of me playing Shady Moon with dual flurry axes and finishing pretty high on the damage meters. Doing like Sunken Temple and Blackrock Depths and stuff like that. Of me doing dual flurry axes and doing pretty coming out pretty good on the DPS meters. Shady Moon. Here. You want to go to one that doesn't say hybrid melee, because that's when I started using ranged. But even when I used ranged, I was just using Serpent Sting to pull. Here. We gotta find one that's... But there's gonna be so many. Man, this video has 500 and some odd views. So here you go. Here I'm doing like mostly melee. So this is a pretty good one, probably.
I think I need that. I did exactly what I said I was going to do. My trap aggroed almost all of them.
So like here, I'm doing number one on damage, and it's not even close. Like not even close. You can see the damage meter. Here I'm like out DPSing everybody in this BRD run, and by quite a bit. And I'm pretty much melee. I'm going to be doing a few Serpent Stings just to pull, I'll Serpent Sting and run in. But outside of that, I'm still like doing, here, let's see. But anyways, I would just go to this video if you want to see that. Of course, a lot of that reason was because I had pretty good gear. I was running with I probably had dual flurry axes, But again, flurry axes are a level 42 item too. You got to take that into account as well. They're level 42 item, so they're not even anywhere near like a high level item. But that just shows you how good flurry axes are. They're like probably one of the most. I think they're one of the most OP items in World of Warcraft in vanilla. Pre-rating. Cool, no worries.
Lovely.
What can I do for you? Be careful, for the Alliance. Well met. Go with honor, friend.
I supply only the finest goods. Safe travels.
I forgot to hit my hunter trainer, damn it. I haven't hit the hunter trainer since I hit level 22. Oh well. Let's see what we get at 24. We're going to get Raptor Strike, huge. And great stamina for my pet. Okay. Our next really big level is going to be... Well, Immolation Trap at 26 will be nice, rank 2. Obviously level 30, which is going to give us Feigned Death, will be huge.
Lovely. Lovely.
You see that? Like, I started to loot that chest. And I started to loot the chest, and then I got attacked by a murloc, and then this idiot comes over and just takes it. That wasn't very nice. I wouldn't do that. When someone starts to loot a chest, and if they get attacked, I'll let them loot the chest. I won't be like, oh, you got attacked, I'm going to come take the chest from you. That's pretty rude. Kind of reminds me of their guild leader. You know, it's like their guild leader's so good at taking whatever loot he wants that it makes sense that somebody in his guild would be the same way. Resist. Smurlock looks huge, doesn't he? He looks massive. Let's see. Level 25. Shit, these guys are getting kind of high in level. Now we got too many on us. Run away! Run away! Yeah, we'll come back and finish that last part of the quest later. Mobs are, once they're like more than 2 levels above you, it's like, eh. Too many murlocs, man. Too many murlocs. We gotta go to Goldshire. Turn the quest to Goldshire, which will open up 2 more quests for us in Lakeshire. Then we gotta go to Lakeshire, finish out a bunch of quests. Then we can go to Duskwood, finish out the starting quest in Duskwood. Then we can fly back to Wetlands, knock out a few of these quests. Then we'll fly back to Duskwood and do more Duskwood quests, and that should get us closer to like level 27, maybe. Yeah, but that was a real douchebag move of that guy to come up and take that chest. It's not that I really care about a chest. It's not that big a deal. When self-found, it's more of a big deal, though.
Hello.
Low-level
Farewell.
chests, you're not going to get too much, but you can get pretty lucky. I've gotten, you know, blue items out of chests and stuff. Out of chests, you know, before on self-found, which is pretty nice.
What can I do for you? Be careful.
This is Stormwind. I see Midjourney finally is getting to the point where you can see your images rendered on the website. If you take a look at Midjourney here, welcome to Midjourney Web Creation Alpha. Creation is alpha is being tested by advanced users like yourself who have made more than 1,000 images. I've done a lot more than that probably. But here, yeah. So it's showing images we've done. I wonder if we can, let's see. Yeah, and then here we can auto, oh man, they've got a lot of options here. Remix. Do you just like hit enter or what? No? I don't know. I'll have to play around with this later. They definitely have made some nice changes to Midjourney. Sorry about that little sidetrack. I get sidetracked. So we need to go to Goldshire, turn in a quest. See, the colors are maybe a little bit too vibrant, so I'll tone this down a little bit.
What can I do for you? Have a good one. Be careful.
Good day to you. See you around.
I see a lot of people that still have the Soul of Iron buff, but they don't have
What can I do for you? Be careful.
the self-found. I think a lot of people like start off doing the self-found and then they give up on it. You know, because you can opt out of it because they're like, oh, I don't like this not being able to trade and use the auction house. But not us. We will not give up. No, siree. We'll go straight to 60. I have to be at the hospital really early tomorrow. Like super early. Like ridiculously early. Did I say early? Not to mention time change moved ahead an hour, so I have to be at the hospital tomorrow. I want to be at the hospital tomorrow by like 6:30, which means I have to get up at like 5:30 or 6 a.m. probably. And and then the time change, like it's gonna feel like getting up at 4:30 a.m. Oh man. We are duoing, so self-found is not worth it. So there's some people talking about it. Self-found's the only way to play this game. Let's go. So we have a quest. Turn this quest in. Just get out of my log. Sit belly grub. See, to me, this looks washed out. Like, again, this must really look washed out when you don't... And I can't believe that this is what WoW looks like. It looks so incredibly washed out. Like, seriously, people like play WoW and it looks like this. I'm shocked. You know? I'm quite shocked. Let's see if this guy's self-found. Oh, hey, this one is. Look, he's self-found. Nice.
Greetings. Light bless you.
Man, I got a lot of quests to turn in here.
You need something? For the Alliance. Be careful.
Help you find something? See you around. Can I help you? Have a good one.
Greetings. Hey there. See you later.
Quest log is full. Well, we got a few to turn in. See if we can clear some room.
King's honor, friend. Go with honor, friend.
Good day to you. See you around. Have a good one.
One second, my wife's texting me.
Can I help you? Farewell.
Crap, hold on a second. I'll go AFK just for a quick second.
Hey there.
Alright, sorry about that.
Lovely.
What do you mean, like one run per dungeon? Is that what you're saying, Lost? I hadn't really thought about it. I've run Dead Mines once. The only dungeon I've run is Dead Mines, and I ran it once, so. But yeah, I don't really plan on running
Well
dungeons
met.
over and over again, that's
Safe
for sure.
travels. Hello. See you later. I buy and trade. Safe travels.
What can I do for you? See you around.
Got lucky. Didn't aggro the other ones. Hey Frosty, what's up? Good evening. Somebody picked up the other mob. Just got home from work. Yeah, I have to be at the hospital really early tomorrow, so I'm not sure how much I'm going to be playing tonight. Would like to get to 24 because we've got a really nice level 24 greens axe that I've been wanting to equip. That we bought from the NPC in Theramore. Ooh, I can't use maces. Hunters cannot use maces. Sucks. It truly sucks. It's like the only weapon we can't use pretty much, just about. Look, a lot of vagina died. So I hate these low-level quests. I've done them so many times. These quests are really boring. Lakeshire is not one of my favorite zones. It's probably one of my least favorite zones. West, it's funny. Westfall, Lakeshore, or Lakeshire, or whatever. I don't like either of these zones. I've done them too many times. I'm just like, ugh. We could probably take all these guys out. What do you think? This guy's only level 18. Couple drive-by fire blasts. Not bad. Not bad. There's 3 of them.
Lovely. Lovely.
Couple of mongoose bites that time. That was nice. Parkour fail. Man, they really need to open up some more layers because we got one layer, but this layer is very crowded. A lot of people doing these Lakeshire quests.
Lovely.
Oh, I could do deadlines. Alright. We just need some more brutes. And we're not going to get that one in time. Maybe if we invite this guy. Sorry, texting my wife. Let's see. I just need 2 more.
Thank you.
Alright, let's go do the other quest real quick, and then we'll turn those 2 quests in. This guy's still doing dead mines. I'm level 23, I don't know. Is 23 too high for dead mines? Jeez. High for dead mines? I could do a dead mines run just for some XP if it'll give me any. What level is Robin? He's 20. Well, he's 23. Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah. Yeah, I'll do dead mines just to get some XP.
Can I help you? Have a good one.
I buy
And you never know, might get some loot as well.
Have a good one. Well met. Farewell. Hello. Be careful.
Yeah, but Lost was asking if I was only going to do the 1 dungeon thing. I wasn't really going to do that. I wasn't going to restrict myself to the 1 dungeon, but I certainly wasn't going to purposely like try to spam dungeons. But if I get bored of doing quests and I see somebody in looking for groups saying that they're going to run like a certain dungeon that I'm in within the level range, like right now, I mean, I'll do it. Like right now, I'm just kind of like a little tired doing quests, and I'm pretty close to level 24. And Dead Mind runs would be a nice casual way just to. Be a casual way just to get to 24 without having to put much effort out, you know. Plus, you might get some upgrades. There's quite a few. There's a few blue items in there that I wouldn't mind getting. I haven't finished the Dead Mines quests though. You know, I still have to turn in. Looks like I've got a couple quests to turn in, and I haven't finished the People's Militia yet either. So I probably should finish these all up and try to get the final. I don't remember what. Yeah, because I think the final quest in Dead Mines would be is a really good item for a melee hunter. So probably should definitely do that. The chest piece with it's like 11 stamina or something. 11 stamina, 5 strength, if I remember correctly. Ooh, that druid's only level 18. That's a little scary. Surprising he can't fill a group. He only needs one. I mean, he's like, all I need is one DPS to do dead mines. Normally people would just jump at that, you know? Be like, yeah, me, invite me. So it's surprising that the group hasn't filled up yet.
Need help? Light bless you. For the Alliance. Be careful. For the Alliance.
You need something? Go with honor, friend.
The rogue. Do. Hey, baby, click the portal. Hey, rogue. Clicky. Do. I don't know how to click the summoning portal. I was just standing there. Clicky. Or warrior, sorry. Yeah, he said sorry I had to walk away for a second, but his character was turning. His character was moving around. I don't know if you guys saw that, but when we were asking him to click, I saw his character literally like moving. It was just so funny. Yeah, this is self-found. You can group in self-found. You can do dungeons in self-found. No, no. Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know. One year.
Lovely.
Some combat. Says I'm in combat. Now it says combat begins. Okay, that means, okay, then I wasn't in combat. I just had to drag my new drinking water to the right spot on my bar, that's why. I'm a noob. There we go. Yeah, I get pissed off when people are like, "Oh, I wouldn't invite you to my group if I knew you were a melee hunter." I'm like, man, you fucking... That pisses me off. There's so many people in this game who think they know how to play the game, but they don't. You know, it's like... I mean, this guy, his name is Robin. He's running around tanking with 2 one-hand maces with like +7 damage on each or something. I'm just like... I actually would take this on my warrior with an actual shield. And I'm sure that he's probably not taking them. I'm sure he's not getting the best threat either. Actually, it makes me want to play my... here, let's switch it to damage taken. Oh, he's taking 84%. That's good. It's just because he's doing so much damage, though. Because he's got, like, you know, he's probably got blue weapons as well, right? Check out his weapons. I'm sure they're blue. Because, yeah, see, he's got double blue weapons, and... But that's it. The rest of his gear's pretty shit. But when you're a warrior, and you're dual wielding, if you have... I mean, he's... I'm surprised that at that level... I wonder what his talents are. Let's see. Yeah, it doesn't show me. But I guarantee you he's not a tank. He's not, you know, protection spec or anything like that.
Lovely.
I'm not a fan I'm not a fan of tanking without a shield. I'm old school, man. I'm old school. If you want to impress me as a tank, put on a fucking shield, man. And show me how to, how to actually pull threat with a shield. Because it's more difficult. I mean, it's actually takes more skill to play a warrior with a shield and actually properly manage your threat. It actually takes a lot more skill.
Van Cleef pay big for your head.
Nice. Yeah.
Lovely. Lovely.
So Caitlin was saying, "Are you a?" Yeah, Caitlin was like, "Say, are you a true melee hunter survival?" See, I disagree with that. I didn't want to get into an argument, so I just said, "Yeah, yeah, I'm survival," because I am right now. I am survival, but to me, to be a melee hunter for a leveling build, you have to go BM. I mean, you're gonna have a lot of survival, of course, but if you want to do any kind of decent damage as a melee hunter who's when I say melee hunter, all that really means is that all your attacks are melee based attacks. You don't do any ranged attacks, you know. But I wasn't going to get into an argument with somebody over it. But you know, to me, melee hunter just means you're melee. You only use melee abilities, but it doesn't have anything to do with your build, right? It has nothing to do with your build. Like, you can put talent points wherever you want, just as long as the only thing you do attacking-wise is melee attacks, then in my mind, you're a melee hunter because you're only using melee abilities. Nice. This tank's. This tank. I mean, I said I had the most egotistical comment this run because when the guy was like saying he wouldn't have invited me to the group if I was a melee hunter, it kind of ticked me off. And I said I'm probably the best player in this group. And I didn't say that to be like really arrogant, although it probably is very. But I just meant I'm a good player, and you shouldn't discount someone just because they're like a melee hunter. It's just I hate that. It's not just that. I hate it when people try to classify you as like, oh, you're a feral druid, so you're obviously not going to be very good, or oh, you're playing, you're playing arcane mage in vanilla, so you suck. You can never, ever really just classify players because you'll see people come out with builds, or you'll see people come out with stuff that you never thought of, or maybe stuff that's even never been considered before, and pull off really good DPS. So. And plus, I'd rather have a skilled player in a group that knows how to play the game from a team point of view that does less damage than someone who does a ton of damage but can't play, in a team context. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. That I'm the same way. I'll take someone who knows their class and knows how to CC, how to peel, how to stay alive. They know all those things, all the intricacies of their class over, and then they don't do as much damage as someone who just does insane damage, but they really don't even have any concept of how to help other people, how to peel for the healer, how to maybe back off on DPS so they don't pull threat. All the little nuances of the classes. My pet's hungry. So yeah, it kind of ticked me off when he's like, why don't you a melee hunter? Oh yeah. Yeah. Well, it's not a build, it's not a spec. Like when I say melee, it's I don't think of it as a build or a spec. I think of it as simply you're only using melee abilities on your hunter, right? I don't care what talents you use. When I say you're a melee hunter, that just means you are not using a bow, you're not using any ranged abilities. You're only using Raptor Strike, Wing Clip, auto attacks, and a Mongoose Bite, right? That's a melee hunter. So, because some people will confuse melee hunter with survival hunter. And survival hunter has talents that you should definitely get if you're doing melee, because you want savage strikes, because you want the increased crit with Raptor and Mongoose for sure. You definitely want that. But yeah, so for her, she kind of had said that, are you true melee survival, or are you BM or something? And I'm like, that to me, that's not really right, because in my mind, if you're going to do a leveling spec as a melee hunter, you should be going BM, because you're going to get more damage out of a hybrid build, which is basically survival BM, which is what I do. I do survival BM. Your pet's going to do, your pet's going to help you tank. Your pet's going to help you manage multiple pulls. There's just a lot of benefit to having, to be going BM, When you think of spec, you're throwing talents. When you think of build, okay, yeah. I don't think of it that way. I mean, spec. When I think of spec, I definitely think of talents. When I think of build, yeah, I guess that's right. Yeah, you're right. I guess I do think of it that way. When I build, it's like character build out, like load out, like your character load out, like what gear you're using, what armor. For sure. Yeah, I agree with you. But yeah, I think, I mean, my build when I'm leveling as a melee hunter is definitely like, you know, you can see that I've got currently I'm 1013. I mean, you only really need 13 points in survival to get kind of the damage abilities that you need for melee, for your melee abilities, for your traps. Um, depends. Depends.
Lovely.
The other thing that was funny is the warrior was quick to say, "I'm the best person in the group" or something. And I think a lot of times, another thing that annoys me about World of Warcraft or about any MMO is a lot of people equate how good your damage is to how skillful you are, and that's not always true. I mean, it does take skill to really like push your DPS to the highest level. It does take skill, but just because you're doing a lot of damage doesn't necessarily mean you're a skilled player. I mean, you give a shitty player like the best gear in the game, and he's gonna do a ton of damage, right? He's just not gonna do anywhere near as much damage as a skilled player. A skilled player knows how to really do his rotations correctly and how to squeak out. There's a lot of little there's a lot of little nuances to making sure. It's kind of like how I was talking about being able to quickly switch my pet from target to target, being able to know when certain abilities are gonna fall off. Mobs are gonna die before I get to use certain skills, so I'm not gonna execute those skills because it'd be a waste to queue them up, stuff like that. I'm just greed. She was saying something else. I always just grab the slowest. Yeah, it's okay, but dual wield can definitely do well with the proper enchants. I also really dislike slow weapon combat. Wait. This. So painful.
Outstanding.
What is my final build? Hold on a second. I end up with, let's see, I think I'm like 2130. I'm more like 30, what, 51 points? Let's see, vanilla, wow, talent. I wrecked that mob.
You there! Check out that noise! We're under attack! Avast, you swabs! Repel the invaders!
But it's not always 3120, it varies a little bit.
tougher than I thought. I'll have to improvise. Ugh, now you're making me angry.
Yeah, when people are like, ding! The ones who stack up all MP to heal the party with for extra 2. They stack up EP to heal the party for extra 0.2 DPS. Oh, that's hilarious. They suck up all the MP, yeah, for sure. Yeah, no, I mean, I totally, and that's why I said I wish everybody was doing self-found because it just, your gear's not as good. It makes things more difficult, which I just love. I love more difficulty. People like having the best gear and the best enchants. It just makes everything so easy, and people running around with all the world buffs and stuff, and just face rolling all the content. It doesn't really make the game fun. It's just there's no challenge. I wish that I just really wish somebody would come out with an MMO that's really challenging, that requires just good, really, really good, solid teamwork, or just really skilled players who are very skillful. You know what I mean? Well, I'm gonna aggro that guy, I think. Ah, well, whatever. Oh shit. Yeah. The min-maxing is what ruined a lot of... Yeah, it did, for sure. Yeah, the min-maxing ruined it, and there was, when I played Lineage 2, it can. But, when I played Lineage 2, way back in the day, right, I would go into, when I was level 15 or something, and I'd go into the School of the Dark Arts or something. I mean, it was scary. You were scared when you walked around corners and there were groups of skeletons. You knew that if you aggroed that group of skeletons, you were dead. I mean, you knew you couldn't kill them. So I miss that. I miss that aspect of MMOs. I miss that aspect of going into places and being scared for my life. And you don't get that in a lot of most MMOs. You don't have that. There's no fear. There should be fear in MMOs. There should be challenge. There should be difficulty, And we just don't have that, that much anymore. Overlord life. I'm not sure what Overlord life means. Oh, the orc mystic class that specs into clan versus spiral. Oh, and lineage 2. Shit, that must be like way later in the game. I don't remember that class at all. I was a spell howler, man. I haven't played lineage 2 in forever. You know, I played in the Thai beta, the Korean beta, and the United States betas before the game, was even out. But I played like spell howler. I don't think I ever got past like level 45 or something. But I played the game for like, I know, on and off for like a year or two. Yeah. Yeah, spellhunters were like, it was tough though. It was like the day I quit playing Lineage 2 was because the day I quit playing Lineage 2 was when I was leveling on my spell howler, and I don't know what level I was. I was in the mid 40s. And I got ganked by a couple like assassins, like 2 or 3 times. Like, the guy kept killing me over and over again, and I couldn't. He had really good gear, and I couldn't do anything because he'd come out of stealth and be biff bang boom, I was dead. And I played the game for like 10 hours straight, killing the same mobs, grinding mobs, trying to get XP, and this guy just kept killing me over and over again, and I was basically de-leveling. And I was like, you know what? At that point, I just was like, maybe this game's not for me anymore. It was just like, oh, it was very painful, But also at the time, my friend who was a GM in Lineage 2, who got hired by NCSoft to be a GM, had gotten into the World of Warcraft beta. So he's the one who actually invited me into World of Warcraft beta. And once I played WoW beta, I was sold. I was like, oh man, this game's amazing. I played WoW, the beta for WoW, and I liked it better than Lineage 2 immediately, mostly because, it wasn't click to move,
Lapdogs, all of you.
All of you, lapdogs, all of you. I liked Lineage 2. Like, I liked the
Our cause is righteous.
I liked how your name turned red when you were killing lobies, and I liked how you couldn't go into towns because towns would just kill you. It was cool. Yeah, Ultima, yeah, for sure. Ooh, we're gonna go with a need on that one. Yeah. Maybe I'll get lucky and win this item. Yeah, I never played Ultima Online. Oh, I won. Over who? Over the druid. Thank you. That was nice. Yeah, let me get out of the dungeon and I'll read your text there. Read everything you said. That was cool though. I wanted to just run that and get to level 24, and we got to level 24, and we got an upgrade. We got the chest, which is a nice upgrade, and actually we got a lot more than 24, so we actually got quite a bit of experience for doing that, which is good. The melee hunter, just like I was number 2 on DPS with 27% overall damage, but if I would have had Feigned Death and Explosive Trap, I could have pushed for number 1 DPS probably pretty easily, because it's the most of your damage, a lot of your damage is going to come from your trapping, and until you get Explosive Trap and Feigned Death, because it's like in those pools, I mean, I'm going to be Feigned Deathing, dropping Explosive Traps, and doing damage to everybody, and the AoE is going to be huge, but anyways, just reading Spellhauler. Yeah, I played Spellhauler. Yeah, I was being griefed a lot on the Spellhauler by rogues, a lot by assassins, and it got to be really annoying. But I liked the game. You know, I loved Lineage 2. It was my first MMO, so I have all kinds of like good. I was on the Bart server, and so I have all kinds of great memories from Lineage 2, and so I like hybrid classes too. Yeah, hybrid classes are cool too. Number 5 hunter on the server to dead. Oh, yeah, that sucks. Hmm. Yeah, Black Desert was fun. Had hopes for Black Desert. The combat system was good. Had great potential, and then they ruined it. Yeah, definitely the enchanting system for sure was probably the biggest problem. The Black Desert was fun on launch. Like I was in, I'm pretty much like a early adopter of almost any MMO. I'm like usually a founder. You know, you like how you buy like the pre-order packages. I almost always will buy a pre-order package for a new MMO if it looks like something I would like. And I bought the pre-order package of Black Desert. I was super excited for Black Desert. Fishing, yeah. Does help. Yeah, all the launches are fun, but like BDO was like what was really cool about BDO is like leveling to max level in BDO when it first came out wasn't you couldn't just do it in a day. Like it took like a week of grinding it, but it was fun. You got together with your friends and you would like grind together. You would like group up and go out and kill mobs and stuff, and it was cool, you know. Here, I don't even know what is my cooldown on Furious Owl? 10 seconds. But yeah, I mean, I would get together with people in my guild. You know, I was in a guild called when BDO first came out. The guild that I was in was the #1 guild on my server. We were #1 for progression. We were #1 pretty much all across the board. It was God, what was it called? It was called like. It was my guild leader was a guy from Australia, super nice guy, who didn't even have a job. His job was betting on horse races. He made enough money betting on horse races that he just lived off that money. And the guild was called, God, it's something to do with lightning. Stormlords, that was it. The guild was called Stormlords. Yeah, I don't know if we can still find the website. I don't know if I'd be able to find it anymore. You know, probably not. You know, that was a long time ago. And I wasn't streaming back when BDO. I don't think I was streaming back when BDO was out. So I don't think I have any like videos of me like when I first started streaming was really probably around I don't know, like you can see here, even most of these streams are only 4 years ago. Now, that's not the first time I started uploading videos. The first time I started uploading game videos to YouTube was 11 years ago, so that was like during the Terra time. And Terra came out, I believe, in 2012, and I think BDO was 2014. So that was the first. Let's see if I have any BDO videos in here. I'm just out of curiosity, I'm curious. Like, I don't see any. So I wasn't streaming back. Here's a BDO video from 7 years ago. Let's check this. This ought to be kind of funny. Let's check this video. So here's a video from BDO from 7. I love how dark BDO would get, you know? Here, hold on a second. Let's get to a safe spot. Where's my hearth at? It's on Dark Shore. Right, I'm just gonna log out. I'm gonna mute the music because it'll demonetize this stream. Probably already did, to be honest. But this was just me like in BDO, like on a beach. I called this video like Cheryl on a beach. And you can see this is pretty long ago. Let's see. And I was just playing around and on my sorcerer. My first character in BDO was sorcerer, and to this day it's still my favorite is the sorcerer class. But look how dark it was in the game, like on the beach, man. This is like so dark. This is when you can see the sun's getting ready to come up. And the other thing that was really cool about BDO was you can see like ships in the distance. You can see I've got some bird pets that help me loot. See, I've got a cat and a hawk, and I've got 3 different pets out right now. Here's some weird sea creature on the beach, and I'm just like beating up on it. I loved the sorcerer. They were so cool. It was just like the black ink. It looks like you were like throwing black ink everywhere. Yeah. So this was, man, this was like says 7 years ago, which surprises me that it's not even further. But 7 years ago would have been 2017. So which is surprising because I think BDO came out in 2014. But yeah, the day-night cycle was really cool. I really liked it. And then they changed it. Oh yeah, actually. Terra was really cool. Like the Terra healing was really cool because you had to actually you had ground heals. Like on the priest, you would actually throw a heal on the ground, and the people had to be standing, in that spot to get the heal. So if the boss did some sort of big maneuver that the tank had to dodge roll out of the way, he might dodge roll right out of your targeted conal heal on the ground. So it made it for a more challenging healing experience for healers. I really enjoyed it. I thought healing in Terra was really fun. And Terra in general, when it came out, was one of my all-time favorite MMOs. Like, I was in like 3 or 4 of the closed betas on Terra, and they were all amazing. Like, all of them were amazing. And the launch was amazing. The PvP was amazing. Even the low level dungeons in Terra were super cool because they were some challenge to them. You know what I mean? Yeah, I used to solo. I soloed Fang of Caprima on a warrior. I was one of the only people in the United States, I think, even to do it before they, because there was the there was the bug with the campfire. So in Fang of Caprima, I could basically kill the first boss, which took forever to figure out how to do that. Kill the first boss, and then I would run down the hallways and I'd pull all the ads, and they would chase me into the next where the next boss was. Then I would drop a campfire. Then I would jump up onto the campfire, and then all the mobs would despawn. And so I could basically didn't have to fight the trash mobs. I could just go from boss to boss. But they fixed it. They like patched that. But before they patched it, I would actually solo Fang of Caprima. I was like one of the only warriors. I only knew of one other one in the entire United States who did it. So yeah, Gunner. Yeah, that came out later though. I'm talking like vanilla. You know, like vanilla. Yeah. I don't know if I still have any of the private servers running on my computer. I might. Let's see. Yeah, I don't think I do. I think I uninstalled all my Terra clients. And I don't think my Terra. Yeah, that was my local client. We've got Elion, but I don't know if my Elion launcher works anymore. What is even my Elion password? Let's see. I'm sure this doesn't work anymore. Yeah, okay, that didn't go over too well. Yeah. So I guess my Elion client doesn't work anymore. Anyways, yeah. I mean, Terra was like really, really cool. Oh man, my inventory's full. So what kind of an upgrade was that? We got 90 more armor. We got 11 stamina versus 5. We got 3 agility versus 1. All I did was lose a couple strengths. So actually, the chest piece I had was pretty decent. But the black and defy us is a little bit better. So that's nice. One thing on self-found that's kind of interesting is when you get greens, you just sell them. There's no AH, so you can't vendor them. So you're just basically like, sell. Sell, Mortimer. Robe. So yeah, we got 7.33 gold. Yeah, I was in 3 of the closed betas and the open beta. Like, yeah, I definitely was in 3 of the closed betas, 1 of the open betas, and they were all like super fun. I loved Terra. Like if you go to Terra, like I think I've got some. What's the one of the older videos I have on Terra? I'm trying to find one of the older ones. I used to have one video that was pretty old. I don't see it. Terra Archer gameplay. Here's me playing on an archer. I have no idea what I'm saying. I don't really want to listen to myself talk. But you can see I was a founder of Terra. Obviously, there was my title, founder. I love the zones, though. Some of the zones in Terra were so cool looking. The problem with most of the Terra private servers, they just don't really have much population. And they're on different versions of the client, you know? I'm doing some pretty good damage there. Well, it looks like I missed. I'm not sure what I'm doing here. Doing the double kick for the stun. Boom. I love that big shot that you charge up because you kind of just knocks you backwards. But yeah, the PvP. The cool thing about Terra was like, yeah, like the Terra private servers. There's just no population on them. There's no population on them at all. It's just really bad. And yeah. And they do, and to get people to try to entice people to play on them, they give all these free stuff out, like free gold and free items and free gear, and like some of the Terra private servers I played on, you can like buy a box for free. It just comes in the mailbox, and it basically just gives you like a set of like max level gear, and it's just like I don't play MMOs because I want stuff given to me. Like the whole point of playing an MMO is I play MMOs because I like I like challenging content. I like figuring stuff out. I like doing different builds. I like trying to do stuff that's hard to do. Um, I'm playing the self-found melee hunter just because it's more challenging. And I actually, even though that guy kind of pissed me off the warrior when he was like, "Oh, I wouldn't invite you to the group when you're a melee hunter," but I actually like playing melee hunter because I want to go into dungeons and like try to do like top DPS, and then and I did it on my last melee hunter. I pulled top DPS on tons of dungeons. I had people saying. I had one guy tell me he was going to stop playing his character and go roll a melee hunter just because he was so impressed by how much damage I was doing. He's like, "Oh my god!" He's like, but again, at low level, based on your gear, you can do really good damage, but it doesn't scale real well. Like the melee hunter, when you get to max level and people start getting really, really good gear, even just stuff like UBRS and stuff like Zul'Garub, the melee hunter DPS doesn't really scale that well, and the reason my DPS was doing well was because of the flurry axis. Now, if I would have, the one thing I never got a chance to do, but if I could have got Hand of Justice, just to see if that could have helped, it would have been interesting to see. But yeah, I think MMO is about the journey. I enjoy the journey. I enjoy the grind. Any MMO where you can level to max level in a day, I don't like. I'm like, no. I think it should take you months and months to level to max level. In fact, my preferred would be 6 months. If someone said I'm making an MMO, like if I was making my own MMO, I would want the leveling journey to be about 6 months to get to max level. In fact, Lineage 2, the fastest person in the original Lineage 2, because I saw an interview with one, and they did an interview with this guy who was like considered to be like the fastest leveler in Lineage 2, like a year after the game had come out. The fastest he got to max level in Lineage 2 was 6 months. 6 months. Now, 6 months is a bit much for most people. I mean, maybe we could trim that down to 3 months. But at least 3 months minimum. I don't want to see people getting to max level before 3 months. I just think, and the longer it is, the better it is. Because what happens is if you put enough systems into the game that allow people to get experience, like Terra is a good example of this. Because in Terra you would get experience by just crafting. Like you could level quite a bit in Terra just by crafting, and you see the same thing in I think Guild Wars 2. And you also in Terra could level by just picking herbs. So I think. That's a good thing, and I think when you have a game that's really slow leveling process, I think that's great to be able to give people experience for doing all the different types of things you can do in the game, and that way it encourages them not just to do the repetitive quests, which can become so boring. And I absolutely hate quests in MMOs because that's been the cornerstone of leveling in all MMOs for so long that it's just I'm so bored of questing. I don't want to have to go find some NPC and have them if I ever see an exclamation mark in a MMO again, I just hate it. So I don't mind talking to NPCs and learning about the world through that interaction, but there's got to be more to the game than just go to a town, find a bunch of NPCs, discover what the quests are, go do the quest, go back to the town, turn them in, and then move on to the next hub. That sucks, So, but I like it when you can progress by crafting, progress by world exploration, any kind of systems. Like Black Desert had amazing. Black Desert's a great game, and it was a great game, and it still is a good game, but it's nowhere near as good as it could have been. But Black Desert has so many cool systems, like farming in Black Desert's really fun. I spent a lot of time learning how to raise crops in Black Desert, and it was really fun. Learning the node system in Black Desert. I mean, it's fairly complicated, but once you get it down, it's really fun. I built my own first ship. I spent a couple weeks learning how to build a ship in Black Desert. This is back on release when the game first came out. And I built my first ship, and that was super cool. And, and just going out into the world and grinding up mobs to learn about the mobs, so you could learn like how much health they have, and and then there was a system to basically like, because in Black Desert when you kill a mob, you get a rating. Like a rating, it was like S all the way down to I think D or F, and the higher rating you get, the better it is. Like you get better rewards from killing those mobs. Like if you're farming a group of mobs and you have like a D rating, you're not going to get as much like loot dropping off of them as if you first killed the mobs and got that S rating. So it was kind of an interesting system. But you could reset it. You could go back into the major town, Caltheon or whatever it's called, Caltheon, and you could reset the rating and go to kill them again and try to get a better rating. And it's just interesting. Yeah, I just didn't like Final Fantasy. I'd like Final Fantasy. Well, Final Fantasy 11. I never played Final Fantasy 11, but Final Fantasy 14, like I didn't like the maps. I didn't like those small. It wasn't really like an open world game. You were being funneled through these really narrow like maps, and I didn't like that. So, I mean, it was. I hear that the later expansions. I mean, the game was originally created to run on console, so of course they didn't have the amount of processing power or space for the console to do the big huge open world maps. So yeah, but yeah, I've played pretty much all the MMOs, right? Exile. Like here's me playing Final Fantasy, moving a paladin. I did a first impressions video, I guess. That must have been a while ago. Let's see, leveling a paladin. Yeah, so here I am playing Final Fantasy. Oh, this is when I was at a pretty low level. I did come up with a character that I thought looked pretty cool. Yeah, so and I had to go and learn how to kind of set up my UI the way I wanted it. And I do like Final Fantasy does have really smooth combat. I just don't like all the flashy particles and colors and shit. It just makes it kind of hard to see what people are doing. Not really that, but the PvP was actually, I had a lot of fun doing the PvP in Final Fantasy 14, believe it or not. I did like the battleground thing, and it was actually really fun. I played a paladin, and just watching this video makes me want to go back and play Final Fantasy 14. I'm not gonna lie. But I really liked the armor, like the cloth and the armor in the game was really cool because it had more like three-dimensional depth to it. There was a lot of layering. Like I wish we had a higher quality video here, but you can see it's hard to tell, but the cloth and the design of the gear is really good. You can see like I've got these these like pouches, leather pouches on my belt here, and like a little, like what looks like a map or something rolled up. It's just really cool gear. I don't know. Is there like a login screen maybe here? Yeah, so there you see my character. She's got all this kind of crazy gear on. But it was a pretty cool game. But like the maps were really annoying. It was really annoying navigating the maps in Final Fantasy 14. It was like really annoying trying to navigate the map of the cities. Oh, it was so painful. And then just the world was very. All the maps weren't very. There just wasn't very it didn't feel very open world. Now the games that are coming out pretty soon. Oh, there's nothing we should do here. Check this out. Let's do this real quick. There are a couple games coming out soon that aren't really MMOs, but that are going to be really cool. And one of them is going to be Dragon's Dogma 2, and then the other one is going to be Vindictus, the new Vindictus. Let's see. Let's try this. And grab a controller and kick back. I'm not playing on a controller. But yeah, I just wish someone would come out with an MMO that has that kind of old school MMO challenge to it. Like what people like really appreciated about like EverQuest, even though I never played EverQuest really. I mean, I have played it, but I didn't play it when it first came out. Like EverQuest and like Lineage 2, what we appreciated, what I appreciated about it was really the grindy nature of it, you know? Can we maximize this? English. Okay, adjust the pattern until select. I can't go full screen? What does it say? I don't have enough graphics memory. I'm not sure it's telling me I don't have enough graphics memory. Damn. Really? Graphics memory. What? Man. This thing says it's using a lot of graphics memory. But how do we... So weird. Possibly. I mean, plus I have WoW, I think, still running. But still, it's like... Here. I don't know. So I've never had a game tell me that I'm gonna have problems with my graphics memory, right? Like the. Here, let's go back. Audio output TV. What? Oh my god! This. You can tell this game's geared towards console, right? So let me. All right, so you can see like. I don't even know how much memory my graphics card have. I thought I had 16, but why is it taking so long to collect data? Yeah, you can see my GeForce card has 24 gig of memory. Well, it says display memory only 8 gig though. Yeah. Shared memory. So yeah, I guess it says it only has 8 gig of display memory. I'm not sure what that really means. I think I need to upgrade my video card. Yeah, let's go back. Rest is cache, yeah. Yeah. But this is the character creator. But it's weird because we can't seem to full screen this. So choose a race by type, base head. Causes random piece of gray. No, I haven't changed my video card because I've loved this, man. I've had this video card for a long time. This is a GeForce RTX 2060 Super, and it's been amazing. I've played like Elden Ring with it. I've played like New World, and I've had no issues with my video card whatsoever. Like none. But anyways, I'm going to jump out of this because honestly, I need to go to bed because I don't want to go to bed because I'm not really tired, but I have to go to the hospital tomorrow, like really, really early, and I'm gonna probably hate myself if I don't go to bed soon. But yeah, Dragon's Dogma 2, I definitely, I don't know. I might have to think about getting a new video card if that really is gonna need more memory. I've been wanting to get a new video card anyway, but they're so freaking expensive, man. Yeah, you're making a semi truck. I mean, the video card they're just so bloody expensive. Yeah. Yeah, well, my wife's getting the catheterization tomorrow. It's where they go in and look at, we're hoping that they find, the issue. Because basically my wife had a heart attack on Friday, so, and this would be her second one. I mean, it was weird. I mean, she felt the same symptoms as her first heart attack. And I was in the hospital Friday. I was in the hospital yesterday. I was in the hospital today. And then I came home today around 4 o'clock, I think. And, at that point we knew she was going to be scheduled for a procedure tomorrow morning. So I'll be in the hospital tomorrow morning. Yeah. But yeah, the video cards are just, yeah. Anyway, I'm going to take off. I got to try to get some sleep. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you guys have a good one wherever you are.